Listen, if you're a business owner and you still saying that you don't like AI, you're not really that good at technology, all these things, you will be left behind. Okay. And so in this video today, I'm coming to your aid and assistance to show you three very practical ways that you can start using and leveraging AI. Now, the reason why I'm the one to tell you this is because I'm the guy that's got a 2 Comma Club award from ClickFunnels saying that I made over $1 million over a specific funnel and don't know how to log in. So when you talk about being technologically challenged, I'm that guy. Okay. But I also understand as being that guy that that's not a good enough excuse to not still have some foundational understanding on how to leverage AI, because it's not something that's exotic that some people are using. No, it's a fundamental piece of everybody's business who is winning today. So what does that mean for you? That if you don't start to grab hold of this and start implementing in your business, you will not be winning for too long. And I don't want that to happen to you. Okay. Everybody that follows this channel, y'all know that I'm here to help. We want to help you get to multiple 6, multiple 7 figures as I help clients do it all over the world. Right. So you be no different if you take these things and you apply them. And so like anything else, you don't eat the whole elephant at once. You eat it one bite at a time. Right. And so I want to give you in this video, this short video, 3 practical ways by which you can leverage AI in your business to make sure that you maintain your relevancy in the marketplace. Now, before I get into that, by the way, all I ask is that you help me push this content out. Like, subscribe, comment, share it with somebody that you love, fellow business owner, or somebody else that you know can use this, right? That's the only thing that I ask, and I appreciate your help. It's so interesting. My first encounter with AI was out of necessity. Okay. I think they say that necessity is the mother of innovation. Necessity is the mother of innovation. I think that's all right. And so I had a real estate transaction that I was closing, selling one of my apartments. And I reached out to my closing, well, she's actually my transactional coordinator for this particular transaction. And I reached out to her and I was like, hey, the buyer's bank is asking for a verification of mortgage. So I needed that document because technically in this particular situation, I was selling this property and I was also the bank for this particular buyer. So on land contract, now they're refinancing out of it. So make a long story short, I didn't have a document, neither did she. She was like, ask ChatGPT. Now I know for most of us, when we're being told or recommended to do something that is completely foreign to us, our knee-jerk reaction is, I don't use that, I don't do that. Okay. But that wasn't my reaction, y'all. And I'm telling you this story because I think for many of you, that may be your reaction and response every time you met with something that make you feel uncomfortable, particularly technology and AI. But what I can tell you is I took what she said. I went and downloaded the app. I had never used it before. I got on there and I said, hey, chat, I need a verification of mortgage letter. Chat spits out like 3 different iterations of it. Just that I'm talking about this thing happened in less than 5 minutes. From me downloading the app, creating an account, and getting on there and telling it what I wanted. Now, this is the important part. You still need to know, you got to have working knowledge because it gave me 3 different templates. And based on the fact that I was familiar with these documents in the past from other mortgage institutions, I knew which one was best suited for what I was doing. Okay. So as much as a lot of people, I believe, are going brain dumb and brain numb by leveraging AI to think for them, you still need to have some wisdom and some working knowledge on the things that you're prompting it to give you, because it's going to always give you an answer. Is it the best answer based off of what the application is that you need to use it for? Okay. Well, here's the other part to that. That their document that I was telling you all about, once I submit that, it's going to pay me about $100,000. That one piece of paper was a barrier between me getting $100,000 for a transaction. Let me ask you something. Would y'all figure out how to use chat? If chat was the difference maker between you getting $100,000 put in your hand, would you use it? Of course you would. And if you wouldn't, I need to come and save your family from you. Something's wrong, right? We gotta figure it out. And here's what I want to tell you. For many of you, there is $100,000 or more on the other side of you starting to use ChatGPT in the ways by which I'm going to show you. I also, because I feel burdened, I'm going to do a training on how not to use it. Okay. But for today's training, I'm going to show you how to use it. Okay. So guess what we're going to call this? How to leverage chat. Okay. How to leverage chat. So the first way that I like to leverage chat is for research. Okay. For research. Now, I'm an 80s baby, born 1983. Okay. Back in my day, never thought I'd get to say that. Back in my day, we had these things called encyclopedias. Okay. Gen Z, you got to go Google it, figure it out, or TikTok it, figure it out. But if we had a research paper to do, science fair project paper to whatever, we had to use encyclopedias. These were like these volumes of like research, right? And we could spend hours in the library and looking through all these various books to get the information that we needed to then maybe use a typewriter, right? I'm really hurting somebody's head now. To put together whatever the assignment was. Well, now this thing ChatGPT, encyclopedia on steroids, right? On steroids. So now, as an example, so I have a community called Believers in Business. Every single week, I drop pre-recorded content in there outside of the week that we have our live coaching call. Okay. Essentially, the community is for believers in business, right? So business owners that happen to be believers, and we focus on 5 different pillars: faith, fitness, finance, freedom, and family. Okay. All rooted in biblical principles, showing business owners how to live healthy, holistic, successful lives. Why? Because I've been rich and miserable. I figured out that just making money wasn't enough. It wasn't until those 5 pillars of my life were firing on all cylinders that I started to have what I call true success, right? And so when I'm putting together these varying messages, I can like, as an example, I may be on the fitness pillar, right? And we talk about mental health, we talk about physical health, all the things. I may ask Chat to give me 10 different examples in the Bible that had some correlation to mental health, right? We know that the prophet Elijah went through a state of depression at one point in time. There's all different types of examples in the Bible. But what happens is, rather than me have to go and do all this research to try to find each and every one of these examples, I could just ask Chat, give me 10 examples. Hey, real quick, if you are a coach, consultant, business owner, aspiring business owner, you want to start making more money online. Maybe you stuck at that, 5, 10, 20K a month ceiling. Maybe some of you are still in ideation mode. You're just like, I got to get out of this job. I know I got something in me I need to give birth to, but you can't quite figure out how to either scale it or start it. Make sure you come to our Purpose to Profits Challenge. My partner, David, and I are going to be showing you how to successfully grow your business online, helping you with content creation, helping you with marketing strategies, helping you with sales, fulfillment, the whole 9, okay? Showing you our exact systems on how we went from not making 6 figures a year, not multiple 6 figures a year, but 6 figures a month, and even sometimes 6 figures in a day. If that sounds like you, make sure you click the link in the description, sign up for the challenge. General admission is only $17. All right, $47 for the VIP. If you want to spend 1 hour exclusively with David and I each day and ask all of your questions specifically, make sure you get the VIP ticket. We will see you there, and get back to the episode. Then at that point, I could start to pick out which ones I'm sensing in my spirit, and then spend some time with God, pray about it, and understand which direction I should go. Okay. So what I don't do is this. See, I said I wasn't going to talk about the don'ts until the next video, but y'all going to get a precursor. What I don't do is this. I don't let Chat give me the content and the context. I like using Chat for research for the content, but as a believer, I still want my context from God, because he in control and I ain't confused. Chat is knowledge. God is wisdom. I need wisdom if I'm going to be leading, serving people, and being effective, right? Because he's still in control. Chat gives us an immediate download to what we may be looking for, but he gives us the ultimate download for the direction we're supposed to be going into. Okay. That's just my personal belief. You could do with that as you please. But at the bottom line, everybody should be leveraging chat for research in their business. It speeds up the process, right? If you know what you need to execute on and you know what to tell it, then there's no better resource, in my opinion, that can get you what you need faster from a research perspective. Okay. Secondly, content. If you are a business owner, hopefully you got a personal brand, because it is the most important aspect of you having a successful business today. And if you do have a personal brand and you want to be successful, then the next most important thing that you need to do every day is put out content, put out consistent quality content. So again, if you're an expert at what you do, as right now, right? I'm not reading off no teleprompter. I'm just up here talking to y'all because I actually understand what I'm talking about. Okay. Would you agree with that? Do you think I understand what I'm talking about? Do you understand what I'm talking about? Okay. That's the best indicator. Do you understand what I'm talking about? We'll let you know that I know what I'm talking about. My point in saying that is this: when you're an expert at something, it should ooze out of you. That doesn't mean that we shouldn't use, points and notes so that we make sure that we convey the most important parts of our message clearly to others. But at the very same time, you shouldn't have to read off a prompter every time. If you do, I would challenge that you know things at a surface level, but it's not ingrained in you yet. Is that fair? Now, what gets more tricky for experts is sometimes being able to extract these micro pieces of their thoughts. So from a macro level, we think of everything from start to finish. From a micro level, sometimes it's hard to just pull out moments and thoughts, which help people as we create the content. So chat is great that if it understands your voice, it understands your goal, it understands what the rhythm of your business is. Meaning, first you look at how much content that you want to put out, and then you determine the frequency. Some people post multiple times a day. Some people post Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Some people post, this variation on this platform, this variation on that platform. So if you have all of that and you tell chat, hey, this is what my end goal is, I'm trying to develop a content strategy around this, whether it be weekly or monthly, then chat will give you an amazing content map. Okay. Again, it's great to have as a stencil, as a template. I personally wouldn't let it be the end all be all. Why? Because there's still certain things that when I look at that content calendar from chat, some of it may be cookie cutter, comparatively speaking to my style of delivering content. Some of it may be too on par with what everybody else is talking about. And I want to be a thought leader. I want to be somebody that pushes the edges. I want to be somebody who changes and shifts perspective, right? Not just because I want to be combative, but because I truly believe that I have different perspective than much of the people that's out here talking about what they're talking about, because I'm talking about it purely from a place to help you be a better individual so you can have a better life. Many people today are talking purely from a place of what make their pockets fatter. I believe if I just help you be a better person and develop skill to have a better life, then you're going to make my pockets fatter because you're going to want to pay me anyway because of how much I'm helping you for free. Does that make sense? So my perspective is different. So what does that mean? That means that you have to first be clear about who you are, who you serve, and how you want to serve them. So that as you get this content strategy from chat, that it still has your fingerprints on it and it's not that of a robot. Does that make sense? And here's why this is so important. And I talked about this at the top of this video. A lot of people are fearful of AI, as they should be. If you're not a thought leader, if you don't get wisdom from God, if you don't have something that's different about you than everybody else, you're in trouble. If you're just going to be the cookie cutter copycat. But as long as you stay connected to the source and the creator of all things, and you tap into the uniqueness that he put inside of each and every last one of us, and you lead with that, and you allow that to be your superpower, chat can't beat you at being you. God gave you very specific trauma in your life, very specific triumph in your life, very specific issues that you've had to deal with, overcome adversity, all the things that can only be felt through a human experience. So the people that you call to serve, your clients, your customers, so as long as you show up fully authentically you, chat don't have your unique experience. Chat wasn't there when you was homeless. Chat wasn't there when you was molested. Chat wasn't there when you went through the divorce. Chat wasn't there when you went broke several times. But guess what? Another human that you've been assigned to can understand and identify with you. That's your superpower. So if we're trying to show up on social media as anything other than who we are and who God has called us and positioned us to be, then yes, we're going to get steamrolled by AI. Is this making sense? Nobody can beat you at being you. Nothing can beat you at being you. So be you. Lastly, outlines. Chat is amazing at putting together outlines, organizing structures for different speaking modalities. It's great at organizing webinar frameworks, depending on if you have like a special person that you like their cadence and their style and their flow of their webinars. It can mimic that if you know what prompts to tell it. It's phenomenal for outlines. And I don't know if y'all know how important that is, but it is extremely important when you're giving presentations that you have a solid outline. Now, again, use it as a handrail, not a handcuff. It's not intended to only do it the way the chat showed you, but it is intended to give you some immediate structure. You know how long sometimes it takes to develop an outline? It could take days, it could take weeks, and certainly take hours. If you give chat the correct prompts, within 10 minutes, you got your thing, right? It can produce PowerPoint presentations, PDFs for you, all the things, okay? So research, content, outlines, 3 very practical and very elementary ways to get accustomed to using ChatGPT. Again, I don't want anybody to be left behind. If y'all watch this channel, I want you to continue to grow, evolve, become a better version of you so you can have a better life that you desire for yourself. If this was helpful for you, let me know in the comments and share it with somebody, okay? And let me know if you want me to do a part 2 of what I believe how you should not use ChatGPT. All right, God bless. I'll see y'all in the next one.